Now, rotation in swimming is really important. The way that we want to move through the water is by rotation or rolling, as opposed to snaking through the water this way. So remember, swimming is all about imagining that we're in a cylinder, taking up as little water space as we can and keeping ourselves long and strong and streamlined. So we've now got a snorkel on. We know that we can use the snorkel. So what we're going to try and do is test our body position again with a really long and strong body, toes, feet or feet pointed, fingers nice and long, head position neutral, looking down using our snorkel. And now we're going to see if we can hold a nice long and strong body position, but try and introduce a little bit of rotation in our body. Okay, and the way that we're going to try and do this is with our hands by our side. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my snorkel on, hands by my side, nice strong body position, and I'm just going to see if I can rotate my body in the water. So let's give it a go. Always good to get your breathing started before you put your face in the water. Darth Vader. So we're going to use the snorkel to help us build strength in our body position, and we're going to need to use our feet a little bit. So we're going to need to try and develop a little flutter kick, and a flutter kick is just a nice shallow kick, not big deep kicks, and your feet are pointed, plantar flexion, and your ankles and knees are very, very loose. In swimming, the kick comes from your butt. We say from the hip, but it comes from your butt, and that's the power. So imagine my shoulder is your bum, okay, and this is the driving force of your kick, and then your knees and your ankles remain soft. So I want you to practice that. So again, I'm going to use the snorkel because I want to get used to a neutral head position, and I'm going to use the bar, and we're going to try and practice a very light flutter kick. So let's see how I get on. And if you notice there from my flutter kick, we only want the heels of our feet to be breaking the surface of the water, and we want our legs together and even our big toes touching each other. So introduce your big toes to each other, but you've got to keep your legs together and they've got to be long. Now we're going to put some fins on. So the reason that we're going to do this is because we just need to maybe just have a little bit of an engine to help us get our body position right and to develop some strength in our body position. So we're going to pop some fins on. Okay, so we've got our fins on. So I think now it's time to get used to trying to kick with fins, and that's quite a skill. You need to make sure that you keep your toes pointed, and again, relax your legs, but make sure that you kick from the hip or from the bum. But you must keep your toes pointed and try and get the heel of your fin to just break the surface of the water. And you don't want big kicks, just nice shallow kicks. So exactly as we did without fins on, let's try and have a practice with the fins on and the snorkel. So this time you may want to get in the big pool, 25-meter pool, and you may want to do some lengths. And again, you can have that nice long streamlined position. You don't have to have your hand over your hand. You can keep everything in line with your shoulders and just practice kicking with the fins, and see if you can hold your body in a nice straight line, and see if you can use the lines of the pool. You've got the black lines in the pool. See if you can stay aligned with those lines at the bottom of the pool. And hopefully you can see that my body is sitting really well on top of the water. So I've got this lovely long and strong body position, but also my body is sat on top of the water. I'm almost treating the water like a solid object, and I'm sitting on top of the water and I'm feeling like I'm in control. Like you say, we're using the snorkel because we're not interested in breathing at this moment in time. We're just interested about learning how to maintain a neutral head position and keep it aligned with our spine, which we call the spine line. And we're going to try and introduce a little bit of rotation, a little bit of body roll. So still thinking of us being in that cylinder, not taking up loads of water space, keeping a nice strong streamlined body position, and trying to rotate, trying to roll from the hips through the shoulders whilst maintaining a straight line and a center head position, so making sure that our head position doesn't roll around as our body rotates, and that's pretty tricky. So let's give it a go.